Hello and welcome to Astro Lunar Tarot. My name is Holly, and today we are looking at the Scorpio full moon lunar eclipse at 25 degrees 17 minutes Scorpio, happening on May 15th or May 16th, depending on what part of the world you're in. Scorpio moon is deeply emotional. It's ruled by Pluto, and Pluto is the ruler of Hades or hell. So everything is intense. It's intense. It's about power. It's about secrets. It's about sex. It's about money. It's about the occult and psychological issues. And it's about death and transformation. So the ultimate transformation, maybe having an ego death. The full moon lunar eclipse is about full exposure. So there's something in that arena. And also depending on where Scorpio falls in your chart, you can look to see where 25 degrees Scorpio falls in your chart. That is going to be exposed, but the exposure opens the door for transformation. So there may be, it may be that like you just weren't seeing something and now you see it in a new light. And it's like, now that you've seen it, you can't unsee it. And you are ready to take action in a new way. So like I wrote, I wrote, the Scorpio full moon delves into deep feelings. It's not satisfied with anything shallow, especially relationships. A secret may be revealed, or the shadow, something in your unconscious, your subconscious, comes a knocking. And it may be something you didn't see before, like I was saying. Or you may be at a point, you know, where you're just done with a relationship that is kind of skittering along the surface. It feels like a waste of time. You're done with that surface feeling, or that apathetic feeling, or that complacent feeling. The moon is also trining with Mars conjunct Neptune. So Mars and Neptune have met up in the sky. The full moon and the sun are coming along. The full moon is coming along. The sun's on the opposite side. So it's really like, you know, whenever we have a full moon, it's an opposition. So Mars wants to take action on those emotions. Neptune and Mars are in Pisces right now. And that is like an ocean of emotions. And Neptune is highly intuitive and, you know, combined with this moon, this emotional moon, and the moon is also intuitive. But there's this like, something has to be done. Mars wants to take action. And Mars is instinctual. So there's this, you know, something is shifting and a brewing. And if you don't see it, if it doesn't happen the night of the eclipse, you'll see it unfold over the next 6 months. So that's on a personal level and also on a collective level. I mean, on a collective level, we're already seeing secrets being revealed. We're seeing, there are leaks. The, you know, closed door meetings are, you know, are showing us some abuses to power. And so there's some form of that is going to be happening in your personal life as well. So the cards that I pulled, actually, these just jumped out at me. are the Knight of Coins and the Four of Swords, or the Sage, right? I keep picking that Four of Swords lately. Okay, so the Knight, let's take a look at the Knight first. So the Knight, he's in, I find him interesting because his horns kind of remind me of bull horns, right? And where the sun is in Taurus, and you know, the coins, the pentacles are all about health and wealth, and the Knight wants to protect that. So there may be that during this full moon, you're coming to realize that you've been sacrificing something about your own body, your own health, your own wealth, by not looking at your feelings, by denying, by pushing down feelings that are now coming out. So there's this, you know, the Knight wants to protect your health. The Knight wants to protect the Knight's job is to protect your health, is to protect your wealth, is to protect the earth. And there's this clarity that's coming during this eclipse that says this thing that you thought this thing you've been doing that you thought was this action that you thought you were doing that you thought was protecting is actually outmoded. That now is the time to transform that and either stop doing it, see it as that you're protecting against some old trauma that doesn't exist anymore, or that is just imaginary, and that, you know, it doesn't work anymore. It may be some belief that you took on as a child that doesn't serve you as an adult. And it's okay. You can take the time to thank your child self, or that part of you that's been trying to protect you, and really look at the reality, whatever is being revealed to you, and see that revelation as coming from a deep place of intuition rather than reaction. And you can now have the appropriate response, which turns this into the Knight that actually is able to protect your health and wealth. And also, this came to me too, Pentacles is also about pleasure. So you may be sacrificing some pleasure, like there's sacrifice involved here. That isn't necessary. Especially when you look at it like combined with Scorpio, which yeah, they're like scorpionic energy is sex. And if you're sacrificing pleasure, you're sacrificing your health. And when you sacrifice your health, you sacrifice your wealth ultimately. Like there's always some kind of trade-off. So it's like, what price are you paying in order to hold on to something that is falling apart? And then here we have the Sage, once again, the Four of Swords. He's sitting below the swords of trouble, the worries. But, you know, he looks peaceful, right? These swords are over his head, but this person is he's in the earth, right? Taking time to meditate and focus on dreams, and our dreams are going to be coming through with that Neptune Mars conjunction with the eclipse. So you'll get answers with the intuition. The other thing I want to say about the knight, see this sword, the horn, you know, that the horn represents virility as well. So it's like he's also holding this wand. So there's like a relationship between your intuition and this meditativeness, where like you allow yourself to be held by the earth, right? Especially when there's a flood of emotions happening, which may happen during this full moon. To really find yourself grounded. Like if you could actually even put your feet on the ground, your bare feet on the ground, or sit on the ground like this person is right here, that would be ideal. Another thing is, if with the Mars energy that's moving, and you see the night here, night is about action as well. You may need to make that meditation a moving meditation, like going for a walk in the woods, riding a bike, going for a run, just something. But you may need to take some time alone, because the feelings are so very deep that you may need to allow yourself the time to digest everything that's happening, you know. I think that's about it. So full moon Scorpio eclipse is going to be transformational. You can allow it to be a transformative time with whatever information comes in. I also didn't mention that Mercury is also retrograde in Gemini. So there may be, it may be like you're hearing like all this information. Gemini likes to kind of like let it out. But there are things that, you know, that Gemini might be helping you get some answers to some of the things you didn't notice before, things you were blind about. And people from your past might be coming in, or you may be revisiting some topics that are pretty recent, but they might be coming up again for more review. That's kind of what a retrograde does. And I also feel like this reversed Knight of Coins is kind of a retrograde thing as well, where like you're going inward and reviewing, going, you know, is this really worth it? You know, do I want to sacrifice this? Like there's a lot of like, just a lot of energy coming up where you are kind of figuring out what your desires are, as opposed to your what's expected of you. And then also like just beliefs that are revealed to maybe no longer serve you, or stories you've been telling yourself. Something is wanting to leave, and your intuition is going to be a big part of that. And you may just like hear some flippant remark, that would be the Mercury, that maybe not flippant might not be it. Maybe it's just like somebody's just chattering, and you hear something that kind of like just triggers this whole this opening into some revelation that may trigger a complete 180 in your life. Um, you know, it's almost everything with, you know, what I love about astrology and tarot is like none of, like all of this is just some way of looking at something. It's not like, you know, this is what's going to happen. It's like, though this may be the energy for you. And if it is, you know, how can you respond? And I feel like that these two cards kind of give us the answer. You know, check in, meditate, check in with your body. Where have you been sacrificing your body, your health, and your wealth to hold on to something that has been, that maybe like is no longer relevant? Happy full moon. It's happening, well, today is May 15th. So if you're on the west coast, you can start to see, it's the blood moon. You can start to see the eclipse start happen, I think around 9:15 p.m., somewhere around there. And if you're on the east coast, it's a little bit after midnight, and the eclipse is going to take 5 hours to complete. So, and it'll turn the moon red, but it'll, you know, you'll start to see it look like a bite coming out of the moon, and then eventually it'll cover the whole moon. It's pretty cool. I might not be up the whole time, but I'm going to try to see some of it. Yeah. So also think about during the full moon, like what you want to commit to. And, you know, regarding your new moon wishes. And you can also like look back to what you were doing or kind of thinking about on, if you go to the moon family on August 15th of 2021, that was the quarter moon in Scorpio. And then if you go back even further to November 15th, 2020, like what were some intentions you were setting? What is opening up for you now that may be related to what you were doing 9 months ago and 18 months ago? Big thing is though, like what can you let go of in order to move forward in your life? All right. See you in a week. Take care. Have a great moon.